We just got hit with a massive wave of Switch 2 announcements, and honestly, some of these titles look like absolute game changers. I'm breaking down the top 12 reveals you need to see right now, including a few massive surprises that nobody saw coming. Imagine taking one of the most beloved classic JRPG adventures ever made and rebuilding it from the ground up for modern consoles, because that is exactly what Dragon Quest VII Reimagined does. This isn't just a graphical polish, as Square Enix has re-engineered the world of Dragon Quest VII, originally a sprawling PlayStation title from 2000, into a breathtaking diorama-style spectacle that feels alive like never before. Gone are the chunky pixels of yesteryear, replaced with handcrafted 3D models that pop with personality, and are stitched together with Akira Toriyama's iconic designs brought to life in sharp detail. On the Nintendo Switch 2, this means buttery smooth performance and vivid visuals that make each town, dungeon, and field feel like a living, breathing world you can get lost in for hundreds of hours. Combat brings fresh twists too, so while the classic turn-based flow remains, new systems like dual vocations and moonlighting let you forge powerful hybrid builds that feel genuinely strategic.
Good to me.
Oh, don't worry. I wouldn't want you to. We've all seen how that ends.
I suddenly feel up for watching a scrap.
I reckon you've got what it takes.
Must lift this terrible curse and liberate our kingdom.
Embrace the darkness once more.
Prepare to be bedazzled.
Now, here is a JRPG that is all about scope and emotion, as Another Eden Begins takes the richly woven time travel storytelling that fans loved in the original Another Eden and dresses it up for a full console experience on Switch 2 and Switch. Running deep into multiverse territory, the story kicks off with Aldo and his sister Fine living a peaceful life until an encounter with the Beast King flips their world upside down and hurls Aldo 800 years into the future. On the other side of that tear in time lies a future teeming with strange societies, untold dangers, and a cast of 18 companions whose stories intertwine with the choices you will make along the way. What is especially cool is how the game embraces branching narratives complete with 10 possible endings, and it layers in New Game Plus content so players can dive back in with their powered-up crew for even richer storytelling.
2020 begins. From the mind of RPG master Masato Kato is where it all begins.
This next one is coming straight out of the Little Nightmares School of Eerie Atmosphere, as Reanimal is a survival horror adventure from Tarsier Studios, the minds behind Little Nightmares 1 and 2, and it is built on Unreal Engine 5 for some seriously haunting visuals. You play as a brother and sister trying to escape a nightmarish version of their home while rescuing their trapped friends. But the twist is that it is a cooperative experience, meaning you will need teamwork to solve environmental puzzles, sneak past grotesque foes, and make your way across perilous islands. As you unlock a boat and leave the main path behind, the game opens up exploration in a deeply non-linear way, blending stealth, platforming, and horror into one tense, emotional journey. It is not just about jump scares, but rather it is about survival, trust, and inching forward when every shadow feels alive. If you thought tennis couldn't get any zanier, Mario Tennis Fever is ready to smash that misconception as the next mainline entry in the series from Camelot Software Planning. This Switch 2 exclusive brings more characters, more wild racket antics, and more ways to have fun on the court than ever before, featuring 38 playable faces from the Mushroom Kingdom family and 30 fever rackets that let you pull off absurd specials and fiery shots so every match feels like its own show. There are classic tennis bouts, but you also get modes where physics goes wild and mechanics from Super Mario Bros. Wonder inject platforming flair into matches. Whether you are serving up trick shots or duking it out in multiplayer, this game takes the simple joy of tennis and turns it into pure Nintendo madness.
So be careful. In a doubles match, both players can hit a fever shot at the... In addition, Swing Mode lets you gently swing your Joy-Con bouts with customizable rules in an online room. Or
the beloved anime-styled action RPG Granblue Fantasy. Relink takes a massive leap with Endless Ragnarok, and for the first time, it is coming to Switch 2 with this enhanced edition. Set in the high-flying Sky Realm, this version expands the original game's dynamic combat, featuring a huge roster of characters you can fight with solo or team up with in multiplayer sessions. You can expect breathtaking environments filled with floating islands to explore, punchy action combos that make every battle feel cinematic, and a plethora of new quests and foes that up the ante compared to the 2024 release. Endless Ragnarok doesn't just port the base game because it builds on it, inviting both series veterans and newcomers to dive into a world where legends clash and airships rule the skies. The full crossplay support means your friends can join the fun across platforms too, making this one an RPG centerpiece for Switch 2's 2026 lineup.
Fight me like you mean it!
Alighted by wrathful flames of the gods.
Fang and Claw, we will keep this realm safe.
This year's WWE flagship title aims to make a big splash on Nintendo Switch 2, bringing the franchise's signature blend of arcade meets simulation wrestling to Nintendo's latest hardware with improved visuals and tons of content. WWE 2. K26 features the largest roster in the series to date, boasting more than 400 playable superstars and legends, spanning multiple eras to give fans nearly endless matchup options. On the gameplay side, the game brings back classic match types like I Quit, Inferno, and 3 Stages of Hell, while also introducing entirely new attractions like the dumpster match to keep things fresh. Beyond the rings, modes like Universe, My Faction, and My GM return and expand with deeper customization and community content tools, ensuring there is always something to do. The Switch 2 edition adds touchscreen and mouse support for menus and creation tools, plus full online play, so whether you are smashing buttons in local tag team chaos or building your dream faction online, WWE 2K26 sets the stage for a carnage-packed wrestling showcase this March.
My career isn't perfect. It's messy. It's controversial. Who I am when love for something that I'm not.
For golf fans craving a realistic deep sports sim on Switch 2, PGA Tour 2. K25 tees up with all the bells and whistles you could ask for. This installment in the long-running PGA Tour 2K series brings professional golf's biggest majors, including the PGA Championship, US Open, and the Open, to your console with crisp, detailed courses and improved swing mechanics. You can dive into a robust My Career mode and shape your pro golfer with meaningful progression and customization options, then test your skills in ranked tours and online societies. New features like Evo Swing and cross-platform play ramp up the competitive possibilities, making every shot feel like a strategic decision. Whether you are lining up a calm birdie putt or blasting a drive down a fairway under pressure, PGA Tour 2K25 captures the serenity and intensity of real-world golf in a way fans will really appreciate.
Save that one for the highlight reel. PGA Tour 2K.
Get ready to brawl because Scott Pilgrim EX brings the beloved indie comic and anime vibes into an all-new retro-style beat-em-up adventure. Developed by Tribute Games, the team behind Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, this title continues the story from the Scott Pilgrim Takes Off anime and amps up the action with fast-paced combat, big sprite animations, and a killer soundtrack from veteran chiptune crew Anima Noguchi. Unlike traditional linear fighters, EX opens up with a more exploratory structure reminiscent of classics like River City Ransom, letting you wander through a stylized Toronto packed with enemies, mini-quests, and hidden secrets. The co-op supports up to 4 players both online and offline, so you can tag in friends to clear hordes of foes and tackle bosses together. With Brian Lee O'Malley contributing directly to the narrative, Scott Pilgrim EX feels like a genuine continuation of the franchise built for both longtime fans and newbies ready to dive into chaotic pixel-powered action. Let's rewind to the roots of explosive multiplayer mayhem as Super Bomberman Collection is all about classic chaos with a modern twist. This collection brings together 7 Bomberman titles spanning the franchise's rich history, including 12 total versions of bomb-laying brilliance. What makes this especially exciting is the inclusion of previously unreleased localized versions of Super Bomberman 4 and Super Bomberman 5, giving fans access to content that is genuinely new to many regions. Whether you are tearing through single-player battles, mastering boss rush challenges, digging into support features, or sharing the bomb-dropping frenzy with up to 4 players via game share, this collection is a love letter to both longtime fans and newcomers. It is like carrying a portable history of Bomberman in your pocket, all optimized for the Nintendo Switch 2 with slick visuals and smooth frame rates that keep the chaos crisp. Konami's football franchise gets a fresh spin with eFootball Kickoff, a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive version of its soccer game that is all about accessible action and competitive fun. Designed for both solo players and crew sessions with friends, Kickoff invites you to build your dream club in World Tour mode, compete against national teams in the International Cup, or dive into faster, frantic 6-a-side matches that are tailor-made for shorter bursts of exhilarating gameplay. There is also a ranking system that tracks your performance and progression, making this feel like more than just a casual kickabout, as it remains a soccer simulation with real stakes. With its full offline and online play, you can hit the pitch wherever you go and feel the thrill of scoring last-minute winners or pulling off slick team play goals.
And aim to be the best in the world when and compete in tournaments around the globe in world top of their game. Nintendo Switch 2 this summer.
If you are looking for something that leans deep into mystery and folklore, Paranormasight. The Mermaid's Curse is ready to plunge you into a supernatural puzzle woven with eerie storytelling and coastal myth. You step into a world where strange happenings like disappearing people, underwater doppelgangers, and whispered legends of magical mermaids blur the line between reality and superstition. The narrative draws you along threaded stories that interweave supernatural elements with human drama, offering a visual novel-style experience that is as atmospheric as it is haunting. Its release on Switch 2 and Switch later this winter gives players a chilling tale to unravel piece by piece, with emotional encounters and unsettling revelations lurking beneath the surface.
On the ocean floor, an unknown girl who's... The story begins when destinies collide as they're pulled into a shocking drama.
Footy gets supercharged anime energy in Captain Tsubasa. 2 world fighters continuing the legacy of the beloved Captain Tsubasa series with over 110 playable characters and 22 national teams ready to hit the field. If you know the franchise, you know this is not your ordinary soccer sim, as it is charged with high-flying shots, dramatic special moves, and frenetic matches that feel more like action battles than straightforward sports games. From thunderous strikes to pinpoint passes and game-turning techniques, every match feels like a showpiece moment, especially when teams unleash their signature attacks in front of roaring crowds. Whether you are reliving classic anime-style football drama or discovering it for the first time, World Fighters brings spectacle and strategy to the pitch in a way few football titles do.